That's it.
Interview with Mr. Brian Bobek,
You gotta hit the red button.
SVP officer.
You probably hit just the,
Catholic Social
hit the one that says stop
Canal.
and rewind it. Okay.
You're good. Good morning.
Morning.
This is, we are at the American House in Sterling Heights, Michigan,
Yes?
and we are interviewing Richard Rzepecki, a veteran of World War II. Can you tell us a little bit about your early history? Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted.
You were drafted. And where did you take your basic training?
Camp White, Oregon.
And how did you, what, 16 weeks of basic?
Yep.
And then where did you go from there? Did you go to any other future Army schools?
No. I went, from there I went to Virginia to go overseas.
Uh-huh. And you went by ship? Or did you
Oh,
fly?
by train to get to Virginia.
Yeah,
I was on the other side of the country,
right,
so it took 7 days on the train to get there.
on the troop train. How's the meals on the troop train?
Oh, they were good.
And,
Every time we stopped, I had to give the guys calisthenics.
and how did you ship out from New York or
No. Hampton Roads, Virginia.
Hampton Roads, Virginia?
Yeah.
Do you remember the name of the ship?
Victoria.
The ship is the name of Victoria.
It was a merchant marine ship.
A merchant ship.
Yeah.
How were the facilities? Any good?
The first day we got on there, the toilet broke.
And, did they get it repaired before they got?
No. There was water in the toilet all the time, on the floor.
And then what was your first, where did you land first?
Iran, Africa.
Oran, Africa. How long were you at sea? How many days did it take you to get from?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Wasn't exactly a fast trip.
No.
And the food on the ship was, how was the food on ship?
There was 500 guys on that ship. So they had a mess sergeant cooking and regular army food, I guess.
Okay. When you got to Africa, did you go to a replacement depot?
No, I was in the division.
Okay, and the whole division went.
Yeah, the whole division went to. Then we went to, we did a lot of practicing on the rope on the ship.
Right, the landing craft?
Yeah. Then we went to Sicily. Then we went to Naples. Then we went to Anzio.
Uh-huh. That was a tough one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Up in the mountains?
No, well, where we landed, it wasn't in the mountains. It was right on the water.
Uh-huh. But I mean, most of the fighting was done
Oh,
up in the
yeah,
mountains,
yeah.
wasn't it?
Well, at Anzio, the Germans were up in the mountains, and
Right.
they were firing down on us.
Right.
We lost a lot of guys there.
Did you have any particular friends, buddies?
I lost a lot of them.
Yeah. How about, were you relieved off the line once you got there, or did you stay on the line for a
No,
while?
we stayed in line for a long time. I can remember one time that we were relieved by the 92nd Division.
Uh-huh.
That was the, and I just got in town. I can't remember the town. I bought myself wine and the decaters and everything like that. And about a half hour later, we got the orders to go back because the 92nd was overrun by Germans.
Is that right?
Yeah. You know, there was just a television program the other day about the miracle of Saint Anne or something.
St. Anne's, yeah.
That was the 92nd,
Oh, okay.
but that wasn't true. because they were bums.
Yeah, it looked like there was a lot of Hollywood there.
They left the field artillery, everything, they left everything and run away. I remember after that, boy, the only thing they did was guard duty.
Is that right?
Yeah, guard the prisoners.
So, where was your next assignment after you were in Anzio? Where did you go from there?
Oh, we went up right up Italy.
So, did you get a chance to take a break? Did they send you back from the
Oh,
line?
every while to get a 3-day break
Okay, where did you spend your time?
on the Italian Riviera.
Wow, that sounds pretty interesting.
Oh, that was great.
The facilities there.
Great, great. I drank orange juice and vodka all the time.
That sounds like a good combination. You didn't touch the Italian wine?
I drank gallons and gallons of that. I had a 5-gallon water can full of wine all the time.
That's pretty tough to carry a 5-gallon water tank. So,
It was worth it though, I'll tell you.
so when you came back from Anzio, where did you get another ship out of the Mediterranean?
Yeah, yeah. It was the Bristol, I think it was. It was a big troop ship.
Uh-huh.
And we landed in Massachusetts. Miles Standish camp.
What did you think of K rations when you were on the line?
I like K rations better than C rations.
Okay. Were you a smoker?
Yeah, I was a smoker.
The K rations had, 3 cigarettes in the ration?
Well, I used to get them by the package
Uh-huh.
because I had friends.
You had friends in high places, huh?
Yeah.
How about American whiskey? Did you get a chance to get any American whiskey?
One time I got a bottle and we drank that up quick. Then we filled it up with grappa. That's the Italian booze. And we went up to our lieutenant, and his name was Nasser, Mitchell Nasser. I showed him this bottle of 7 Crown. I said, hey, you want this? Oh, what? Boy, he just poured it down. I thought he was going to die. Oh, he cussed me out.
All bit.
He used to call me Groesbecky.
Rzepecki, huh? So you have a lot of memories of you still keep in contact with any of your, do you go to any of your reunions?
Most of them are all dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you go to any of your reunions after the war?
No, I didn't.
Were you one of the people that were flown to Washington, D.C. to see the War Memorial in Washington?
No.
Did you belong to a veterans organization? Belong to
Oh,
the VFW or?
Yes, I belong to the Catholic War Veteran, American Legion.
Did you take advantage of the GI Bill? Did you buy a home or did you get any education? Or,
No.
And what did you do after the war? Came back to Hamtramck and.
Well, I lived in Detroit. I didn't move into Hamtramck until I got married.
Okay.
I was in the Army when I got married.
Okay.
So I moved in with my wife and her mother.
Uh-huh. And did they try to talk you into re-enlisting after the war? Or did you have enough?
When I was getting discharged, they tried to talk me into it. God forbid, no.
Uh-huh.
I was afraid I'd go to Japan.
Well, they sent a lot of troops right from Europe right over to Japan. Fortunately, they dropped the bomb and they didn't have to go to Japan proper.
Had been a hell of a fighting there, I'll tell you.
I guess.
Germans were bad, but the Japanese were worse.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you guys know what were in the service. But the Japs would rather die than give up.
Right. What was the attitude of the German prisoners when they
If
came?
you got the gun on them, they give up.
Yeah. So did you use the GI Bill at all? Did you?
No, I didn't.
Use it to buy your house or whatever?
No, I moved with my wife, and she was living with her mother because she was a widower.
Uh-huh.
So I took care of the house.
Where did you work when you come back from the service?
I worked at a place called Alco. They did the aluminum, plating of aluminum. You know, the kick rails on the bottom of the push bars on that, that we did plating on. My guy, his name was Wales, he had a patent on that. So when the war started, he really got rich. Because they were anodizing this aluminum everything for the airplanes and everything. I remember we used to do these wing struts of the wings, you know, plate and all of them.
I see you're wearing a medallion. Can you tell us something about that?
Well, they give it to me here.
Where was that, at the Warren City Hall?
No, right in here.
Oh, here at the...
Yeah, they had a little ceremony here.
Well, very good. Is there any particular adventure you want to let us know about in your service?
You know, that I got out alive, that's all.
Well, that's the important.
Did you have any brothers or sisters?
I had a brother.
Was he in the service?
No, he was 10 years younger than
Okay.
I. He's dead now.
Did you, were you able to keep in touch with your family while you were overseas?
I wrote him letters.
Took a long time to get the mail, because most of the mail went by boat, and it took, what, about 2 weeks for the boat to deliver the mail? I don't think the GIs were available to use the airmail stamps.
No.
You said that you were already married when you went into the Army?
No,
No.
I got married after I was still in the Army when I got married.
When you got married? So it was a girl you knew from home? A girl you knew from home?
Yep. Girl I met I stood up for my neighbor's wedding, and that's where I met my wife. She stood up for that was her girlfriend getting married.
And so, did you get married before you shipped overseas?
No, I was out of it. I was back already.
Oh, okay.
I got married on the 6th of October 1945. So I was home already. And while I was home, I got notice to come and get discharged. Because I was on furlough.
Mm-hmm.
So I was glad I got that.
So you went through your basic training and you got shipped right overseas. So this was what year?
44.
In 44. So you were shipped to Africa. Was that before or after D-Day?
Before.
Before D-Day.
Oh, yes.
You guys were kept pretty busy in Africa while they were landing in France, right?
Well, they didn't land in that.
44, it was June of 44 when they landed
Yeah.
at Normandy. And where were you in June 4?
I was in Africa. I remember because in our orderly room they had a great big map on a wall of the war zone, and they had all these places pinpoint with pins.
So did you stay with the 91st, or did the...
I stayed 91st to the end.
And did the whole division come back at the same time, or did...
Well, just parts of it, because they couldn't get all 15,000 guys on a boat.
Right.
There was the ship we came back was a passenger ship, big ship. I think it was 3,000 or 4,000 guys. It was Bristol, I think But going over there, it was only 500 guys.
Were you in a convoy of ships?
Oh, yeah.
Going over there?
That's why it took so long.
Yeah.
They zigzagged, did they get any ships out of your convoy?
No.
Was there much fighting in North Africa?
Yes, there was.
So you were fighting Rommel?
Yep. Then we went to Sicily. Then we went to Italy. And General Kesselring was the German general. Finally, he gave up. Thank God.
What was the reaction of the people in Sicily and Italy when you guys came in?
I didn't think it was too great.
No?
Weren't the Italians happy to see you, or were they still sort of favoring the Germans? Did they like the German occupation better than the American
Well,
liberation?
when we got there, they liked us better.
Yeah. Did you get kissed by one of the Italian girls?
Yeah, a lot of times.
So where were you when the war in Europe was ended?
Oh, I'd say Po Valley.
Okay.
There's a river called the Po River, P-O in Italy. That's one of the main rivers. And we were on that river.
I see. And were you real jubilant, were you real excited when the war was
Well,
over?
when we got to the Po River, that's when they were bombing the hell out of it. When we got there, we couldn't get across because there wasn't no bridges left, nothing. So we had to wait till the engineers brought the floating barges and everything so we could get across. And we stayed in that valley. Every night we got air raid. And I could still see that plane coming every night, boy. The tail machine gun shooting at it.
The German?
Oh,
The
yeah.
Germans, yeah.
And when the war was over, you guys got word that the war was over. Was there a celebration, or did they give you,
Oh, yeah, we celebrated.
break out some more wine, or?
We all got drunk. But we were still in the army. We had to do everything they told us. And they moved us to a staging center. We used to have to pick up cigarette butts every day. I didn't know who was out there smoking and throwing them away, but boy, it was terrible.
Mhm.
That was tough after coming back from combat, and then you had to do some of that policing job.
In fact, when I was at that staging area, they gave us ice cream one day, and everybody got sick. Throwing up and diarrhea, Jesus. I thought I was gonna die.
You guys were too used to the wine and the hard stuff, and when you got the sweet stuff, it upset your stomach, right?
No, that was bad. That was really bad.
Food poisoning?
Food poisoning.
How about your pay? Did your pay catch up to you when you were on the line, or did you have
Well,
a team?
every once in a while it caught up with me.
Yeah.
I didn't have no problem.
Were you a poker player, or did you shoot craps with the guys, or?
I was a crap shooter and a blackjack player. Still a blackjack player. In fact,
Yeah.
I was just the other day to the casino.
Did you do good?
I won $10.
Okay.
Well, but at least you walked out ahead.
Yeah. Last time I was there, I won $1,085. But my son has got a home in Traverse City, so I always go up there for 2 weeks. I just was there. And we go to every casino. I'm there 8 days, I have 9 days in the casino.
How many hours did you spend in the casino?
Oh, we spent 5, 6 hours.
It's a long time. If you're winning, it's okay, but if you're losing, that's another story.
I still enjoy it. That's the part I like. I got sense enough to play the game.
And you're not getting shot at while you're doing it.
No. No.
So where was the staging area where everybody got sick?
Oh, geez. I can't remember. It was Vecchia, something like that. But it was a big area.
In Italy.
In Italy, yeah. Big area. Ooh.
How did the people treat you? Did they?
There was no people there. It was all just fields and just the army.
But when you landed and you associated with the people, they greeted you. Were they happy to see you, and did they?
Oh, I guess they were.
They gave you the wine and the bread and the cheese.
Well, they didn't give you the wine, they sold it to you. I remember the colonel put out the word that nobody buys stuff from the vendors, because you get gasoline and turpentine and everything else in the bottom. And one of our guys bought it and he got gasoline. He didn't die, but he got sick.
What did you think of the grappa? Was that pretty good stuff, or was it pretty strong?
Very good. I enjoyed it. About that much in a canteen cup and the frosted orange juice. Oh, that was a great drink.
Did you bring back any war souvenirs?
Yeah, I brought a gun.
What, a handgun or a rifle?
No, a handgun. An Italian
Beretta?
pistol. No, not a Beretta. One of them pistols. 5-shot. I still got it. It was what the policemen used to wear all the time.
Yeah.
It had a hook on the handle and everything like that.
You were kept too busy to collect more souvenirs.
I didn't want nothing to remind me of the war.
I see.
How were your officers?
Very good. Very good, very good. They were all good.
Were they West Pointers, or were they?
No, they were regular, some of them were regularly armored, and the other ones were draftees. My captain was named William F. Ehrman, and his family had a grocery outlet in Portland, Oregon.
Uh-huh.
And I remember they used to send him stuff in coffee cans, and all sealed up, and then we'd open them up and have treats.
Very good.
He shared with all the guys?
Yeah. Well, he served with me, and anyway.
How was the mail service? Were you getting mail from home, or?
Yeah, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. That was that V-mail then.
Yeah, the little photographic
Yeah.
copies that you had to write, and then they would photograph it.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about your service life?
Did you see any USO shows, any entertainment while you were overseas?
Yeah, one time we had these ladies from the USO who stayed in our company. So we seen the shows then.
They must have been popular.
Oh, they were. The ladies were always popular.
So did you keep in contact with them? When you were drafted and you went in, were there other Michigan boys taking training at the same time?
Well, not from my town, but there was, when we got on the train, there was 500 guys going on the train.
Were they all Michigan then?
All Michigan guys. Grand Rapids, everywhere. Flint.
How was the train ride? Did you like traveling by train?
Yeah.
Did you get seasick when you were on the trip?
No, I didn't. I never got seasick.
What time of year was it when you went across?
I just don't remember. The weather was pretty good. We had a couple of rough days.
It wasn't cold,
Oh, no.
oh, so it must have been spring or summer when you
Yeah,
went.
yeah. Geez, I can't even remember when I went. I know I hated to pull guard duty on the ship.
They didn't want anybody to steal the ship?
No, well, we still had guard duty. Had to watch out for lights,
Right.
submarines. And one night we had a submarine over.
Somebody saw a submarine? Were
There
you-
was a submarine in the area.
But you weren't attacked?
No.
Is there anything else you want to tell us about your service days?
I drank a lot. That's the only thing I'll tell
That,
You
that's
moved-
what got you through it, huh?
you. Yeah.
Were there were a lot of wounded in your unit? Were there a lot of
Yes,
wounded?
it was.
Lost a lot of buddies? What happened to the guys that were wounded? How were they taken care of?
Very good, as far as I know. I remember one time we had we were staying in the Swiss National House, 3 stories high, and they had the Swiss flag painted on top of it. And the Germans bombed, shelled that place. And we were living on the 3rd floor. We moved to the basement then.
Well, the Swiss were neutral and they weren't
So
supposed to be bombed, right?
weren't supposed to shell them.
Yeah, but were you supposed to be in there? That's
Well.
And what happened to the German prisoners? Did you guys you took German prisoners?
Oh yeah, we took them, we turned them over to the 92nd.
You went up in the ranks pretty quick too. You ended up being a tech sergeant.
Yeah.
Or you
I was 4 years in the Army, that was quick.
Well, were you in charge of a squad or a platoon or?
Platoon.
And what was your MOS? Were you a rifleman or a machine gunner or what?
No, I was an infantryman.
Yeah, they gave you an M1 and that was it, huh?
M1 and a 45. Then they got carbines after.
Yeah.
When we first went in, we had M1s, and then after that it was carbines, because it was a lot smaller.
Yeah, but the M1's a more effective weapon than the carbine was, wasn't it?
You could shoot more out of a carbine.
Well, that's true, but it didn't have the hitting power.
How were your supplies? Did you have enough ammunition? And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, there wasn't any problem getting supplies.
No trouble with the food, everything. Everything was
It's just those pesky Germans.
okay.
How often did you get a hot meal? Did they bring hot meals up to you instead of eating the rations?
Well, we had a mess sergeant with us. The cooks and everything, we had cooks and everything right with our company. So when we were fighting, we had hot food. We had a wonderful mess sergeant. Webb, his name was Webb. He was a Texan from the 1st Cavalry. Because when our division started, the cadre to start that division was all cavalrymen. They had them big hats, you know. Man, they were mean.
Those were lifers, those were regular army? And
They were regular army. We had one guy that, he was in Manila. He just got out of Manila when the Japs took it over. He was very lucky.
So they rewarded him by going over to Europe and putting him in the combat division, right?
Yeah. I can tell you one thing though. I know a lot of guys that didn't know the Bible or nothing, but when they got in there, they could tell you everything in that Bible.
No atheists in the foxhole.
No. We had a lot of guys die in the foxhole too. Cave-in.
Ah.
I think the worst time we had was when we were up in the mountains in Italy. It was so muddy up there you couldn't believe it. They chained the trucks up together so that one would push the other and pull it. The roads were that bad. There wasn't no roads there. There was only one paved road in whole Italy. 65 was the name of it. But when we were there, I can't think of that town.
Were you in the area of Monte Cassino?
Yeah,
They had Polish troops fighting there, didn't they?
yeah. When I went on leave, I met some of these Polish troopers because they had Poland on there.
Sure.
And I try to talk to them, and my Polish is nothing. And I can't, this guy asked me, where did my father work? And I couldn't think of the name of lumber in Polish. I know now Java, but they drank too, just like I did.
Did you have contact with other foreign troops? I mean, the Polish troops were fighting with the British Army, weren't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, the British Army was next to our army.
Yeah.
We were on 165, 65 on one side, and the British 8th Army was on the other side. And every time we'd go in convoy, we'd see these British guys pull off the road, eating coffee cans for tea.
Yeah. They stopped everything to have their tea.
Yeah. They were good fighters anyway. We had our coffee, they had their tea.
How are we doing with time?
Good, you get 27. But
Anything else you want to tell us about?
No, there's nothing else.
Well, we want to thank you very much for your service. You are part of the greatest generation. We appreciate your service.
Thank you.
I want to mention that our videographer is Gary Giglio, and Ann Radlett is our transcriber, and my name is Pat Perlinsky. Thank you very much for your service.
Okay,
We really appreciate it.
I can go now.
Beach